Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good night, good evening, whatever time is for you. It's 9 a.m. for me. In US, probably it's around what now, 1 a.m. on the West Coast, 3, 4 a.m. on the East Coast. We are about to start yet another Azure Dreams match. Let me first quickly start our runners because we've got a little bit of a stream delay, and then we will talk a bit while our runners are preparing to start this amazing and definitely very, very, very hype match. So just give me a second. Alrighty, so the runners have been counted down. Now we are just waiting for the match to start. So what do we have today? We've got an Azure Dreams match in the Rock Me to the Top tournament, edition number 6. What is Azure Dreams for those who never played it? It's a roguelike game with dating simulator element, with town building element, with monster breeder elements. But most importantly, it has a tower of 40 floors that our runners are going to climb. They're not gonna like focus on any of the other aspects of the game. They're just gonna try to climb the tower as fast as they can. Um, there is a twist though. It's not a vanilla game. We are using a de-randomizing randomizer made by our amazing programmer. The first most important part of it is that like this fixes the seed. Both of the runners will face the same challenges, minus few discrepancies every now and then that they can show up, but hopefully they will not make that much of a difference. But other than that, they will have different starting items and different starting monster than in the vanilla game. And we already can see that the starting monster that they gonna have is Ifrit. We still don't know what element it's gonna be. We're gonna get this knowledge once they actually enter the tower, but that's the first randomizer part. Apart from that, they will get randomized weapon, randomized shield, randomized ball, spell ball, and randomized egg, which can have another different familiar. Ifrit is not a bad familiar. There are like few things a, a bit bad about it. It's a water Ifrit, which is not bad. It's not liftable, so it's not the best part. But it's also pretty solid mixture magic that most of the runners are used to. This is the same mixture magic that CUNY, the original monster, gives you. Um, so yeah, that's something that they probably already are very familiar. They've got a life wand, which is a very nice addition to the sword mixture magic that they're gonna be using because it's gonna give them a little bit more power. And in the egg, we can see that we've got Golem. Septic really likes golems. It's his favorite monster, and he's not even playing with the Barong. Barong is one of the things that is technically providing a little bit of randomization point because the items that they can give are pretty much dependent on the number of steps that you've taken in the towers. If both of our runners were taking exactly the same route, they would be getting exactly same items. But as we can see, there were already a divergence. Both of them actually, Septic never really played with the Barong. Wugga did play. Did he get anything amazing out of it? Seems that he got a Holy Scroll, which is a nice item. A little bit of a time loss for it, but of course this is just a start. This time loss doesn't mean much yet, but technically Septic is in the lead because this is a race first to the floor 40, and whoever reaches dies earlier, then the one who goes further wins. Should they die on the same floor or reach floor 40, both of them, the one who wins the match is the one who reaches that given floor first. So of course that's the speedrunning aspect of the whole competition. They need to be fast, but at the same time they need to balance out the speed with getting, let's say, powerful enough items or basically enough power to carry them through the whole tower. Tower gets very tough very quickly. And now we already see a very nice thing on the Septic's side, item room on the second floor. That is really nice because they will probably not have to explore that floor too much at all. Wugga finds it as well. They just get whatever items there are and probably will go straight to the elevator. They already know where it is. Because if the item room is on such low floors, probably there are not many more items on the floor anymore. And we can see that this item room actually produced really nice things. 2 blaze balls, 1 ice rock balls. Those are definitely nice items because the randomized balls that they got is a binding ball, really nice ball, but this ball gives you just defense. You can pretty much just run away with it. Because this ball will make monster not move or not act at all, basically paralyze them for 4 turns. But Blaze Ball is an attack spell ball, definitely useful for disposing of some of the pesky monsters and if necessary getting some experience. We already have some comments from Sand Knight. Blue Ifrit looks weird. I don't know, I kinda like it. It grows on me, I would say. The question is now, will they keep that water Ifrit till the end of the tower? Water is definitely preferred element for the last 10 floors of the game, especially when you have Stream Wand. But for this strategy to work, many times you do want to have a familiar that is liftable, so that you can additionally give 2 attacks towards the other monster. We'll probably see this strategy every now and then where there is a combination of AI1, which is like a physical attack by the familiar, and AI3, which is a mixture magic with a familiar. And with the right movement, you can get 2 free attacks by AI1 and then finish off the fight with AI3. Ifrit is not a liftable monster, so we cannot go get those 2 free AI1 attacks. We can get only 1 free AI1 attack. So let's see whether our runners will actually stay with water, because they might start juggling elements, especially when they don't have currently a matching wand. They have a life wand. Life wand is a very good wand. It restores a little bit portion of the damage you deal as an HP, basically a siphon wand. But it's not as powerful as the matching element wand would be. That's what most of our runners are trying to do. They always try to find a wand that matches the element of the monster. We've got 3 elements in this game: fire, water, wind, Pokemon style, or what is it called? Rock, paper, scissors style. So fire beats wind, wind beats water, water beats fire. That's pretty much the whole idea. Septic and Wugga both, they had an ice shield as a starter item, which is a shield with the water element, meaning that it's quite strong against fire monsters. So I'm quite sure that they will try to now force their way to floors 10, because floors 6 to 10 are more or less water monsters. There's plenty of scary water monsters here. You don't want to stay around here too long. Starting from floor 10, you will start meeting lots of fire monsters, which they can easily deal with, not only because of the light shield, but also because of their water familiar. Septic is already on floor 7, Wugga is on floor 6. One thing about the runners and the match itself, this is the finals of the losers bracket. Both of our runners already lost at least 1 match, so if they lose now, they're out of the tournament, because we are reaching the end of the tourney. I don't think that anybody will disagree if I say that both of these runners are pretty much our top 2 in the community. They've been like exchanging punches in many categories, like taking world records from each other. Definitely very knowledgeable. They know everything there is to know about this game. They're very fast. I think Wugga is current world record holder for any percent category with, was it 23 minutes 30 seconds, something like this. It's just crazy that they can finish this whole tower of 40 floors in 23 minutes. Septic is not much behind him, I think with 24 something. I don't remember exactly the times. So definitely those are the runners that can deliver, and I hope that they will. So I would even consider this match a little bit of an early final. Septic had a little bit of a mishap in a first match. He lost his first match. What's more, it was his additional match because we had uneven number of players. I think 10 players in the tournament. Septic got the short end of the stick or long end of the stick, whichever you prefer, and he just got additional match. So Septic already had this is already Septic's 6th match in the tournament, while this is only Wugga's 4th match. So Septic has like an additional experience of 2 tournament matches in this tourney, but of course they played so many games, hundreds if not thousands even, that shouldn't probably really matter much. I just hope that they will like give us an amazing show. I'm sure of it that they will give us an amazing show. This is the best of 3, so basically we will have at least 2 matches, but knowing these runners, we'll definitely have 3 matches. Even if not, even if the match is decided with 2 matches already, I'm quite sure that they will give us some kind of exhibition match as the final farewell before one of the runners says bye-bye to the turn. Septic already reaches floor 10 and finds another go-up trap, which he found also, I think, on floor 8. Already floor 11, so a little bit of an early lead, 2-3 floors. Wugga is a little bit more careful about checking the early floors, and he finds an egg that I see Septic didn't find. That is not the egg that usually is a game changer. There are different eggs from floors 11 to 20 that definitely change the game a lot. But this is still a nice egg. And Wugga has truth glasses, so we already know that this is a clown. Clown is an amazing monster. I would argue that it's definitely better than Ifrit, but now the question is whether Wugga wants to take time to hatch that egg, because it's gonna take around like 30 seconds to 1 minute to hatch, and he knows that he's playing against Septic, so he cannot just like spend too much time on doing nothing. So right now it doesn't look like he's hatching yet. Probably that egg is not going to be hatched. It's not gonna make a difference. Wugga reaches floor 10, Septic reaches floor 13. I think Wugga has seen an elevator already. Oh, and he hits the same go-up trap that Septic did, so he goes to floor 11. Let me check what is happening here. Okay. So, in terms of levels, Septic is level 6 on floor 14. It's a little bit scary because he cannot really fight that efficiently in terms of AI1 magic, but here is the monster that will give him some level. That's what these Blaze Balls are for. Garudas are wind monster, Blaze Ball will make short work of it, and there you go, just like that, a single level. So this is really something that Septic can do to catch up on some levels. Defeating sword trolls now shouldn't be much of a problem, especially with the ice shield, but it still does take 3 hits. That's interesting. But that should give him yet another level, or maybe even 2. Yeah, nah, just 1. So Septic is pretty much caught up with the levels that they want to have. Mixture magic that they're using is dependent on the spell level. Spell level is given for every level that the familiar gets, and it sort of maxes out around like level 8 to 10. All the further increases are very, very negligible. So yeah, now Septic should be able to like fight everything that he can fight. Usually fire monster, definitely not Kraken. That's one of the scariest things that you can meet in the towers, and that especially in these smaller floors. So Septic uses Holy Scroll immediately on it, no thinking about it, not wasting any time. And running away. That Kraken, when used Holy Scroll on it, becomes your friend for the floor, so it's gonna fight for you, and you can see like how little damage it takes. It takes only 7 damage from that sword troll and deals 18, so the sword troll doesn't stand a chance. Septic is in a little bit of a trouble trying to lift the Garuda, saving resources, but of course he has some kind of way to get out of it by just using a Blaze Ball, so that that loss of HP is not big of a problem. Wugga in the meantime caught up a little bit. Floor 13, floor 14 for Septic is a little bit bad, a little bit slow. Gives Wugga time to catch up, and he actually finds the elevator and is going to get to floor 14. So they're both on same floor. Now it's the question whether Wugga will find the elevator faster than Septic, because it's all about, in this kind of situations, maybe going left, going right. That will give you totally different experience of the whole floor, right? The elevator might be right next to the room where you're spawning, but you're just going in the wrong direction and you have to walk around the whole floor. In terms of resources, Wugga has found yet another blaze ball. He still has 3 holy scrolls, so Wugga's resources are definitely better. He's also lower level, surprisingly, which shows that like Septic did have to fight quite a lot on these floors, getting those levels, but he's getting out of floor 14 on 15, very easy, fast elevator, and he's now on floor 16. So again, building a lead up of 2 floors. So that floor that was a little bit tough for for Septic seems to be a little bit tough for Wugga as well. Now we are getting into the territory where some scary water monsters show up. Manoiva, we already have seen Manoivas on floors 5 to 9. But this time they're gaining new powers. Apart from getting like a higher level, they'll also gain a power of being able to transform into items. And that's exactly what you have to be scary about. If you see 2 adjacent same items next to each other, there is a high chance that it's a Manoiva, and you have to be very careful about it. Ooh, Septic has found a wind seed, but he doesn't pick it up. Breaking my heart. I was hoping that maybe he will go wind, but he doesn't want to. He will stay water. And he finds an egg on floor 17. This is the floor. Oh, he already has a wind seed. Sorry, Septic. I'm returning your honor. But more importantly, he finds an egg on floor 17. Like I mentioned earlier, on floors 11 to 20, we can find an egg of a monster that is pretty much changing the whole game. It's so game breaking. We even created a separate category for it in any percent category. Let's see whether Septic will hatch it. I think the temptation is just too big. Yes, he's gonna hatch it because you just cannot afford not knowing what this monster is. Because if that monster is what we are talking about, which is Garuda, and your opponent hatches it, you pretty much lost. There was one match that I remember where Septic and Wugga actually faced off each other, where Wugga had a Garuda and Septic didn't, and surprisingly Septic won that match, which is very, very unbelievable, but it happened once. Let's see, Septic still didn't decide to hatch the deck. That's surprising. Wugga is on floor 16. I wonder whether he will find the same egg on floor 17. He doesn't have any truth glasses that would tell him immediately what this egg is. In the meantime, John Phoenix, welcome. Thank you for the raid. You're a member of the community. I don't have to explain you what is happening. You know very well what is happening. You know both of these runners very well. And they're definitely delivering. The pace is amazing, especially on Septic side. Floor 19, 17 minutes. That's faster than floor a minute. Wugga is not far behind, currently around like floor a minute pace, and he finds an egg as well on floor 17. The question is, will he hatch it immediately or will he wait like Septic? Let's see what's gonna happen. Septic, well, in a little bit of a pincer, I wouldn't say pickle, because yeah, he has plenty of ways to deal with the current situation. It's just gonna waste lots of time for him, because Ifrit is currently water. Pickets, not a very dangerous monster, very annoying one, not dangerous, but Picket is wind. Wind is weak against water, so that Ifrit had to take, I think, 7 hits to actually kill the Picket. Picket also has an annoying trait of being able to move twice every turn for one your turn, so it's just wasting so much time. Luckily, Septic already is out of this pickle. Oh, nope! The pack of 3 spiders decided to like come back and is going for him from behind. In the meantime, Wugga is hatching the egg. Wugga is already hatching egg on floor 17 that Septic didn't even touch yet. Let's see. Only 20% more and we will know whether that hatch is worth the trouble or whether it was waste of time. That Septic will definitely use. 2 more percent, and it absolutely wasn't waste of time. What a match! It's a Garuda. Both of them get the Garuda, but Wugga already has it. Bye bye, Ifrit. It was nice knowing you. Now it's a completely different game. Golem is freed. We don't need him anymore. Okay, unless Septic starts hatching now, I think that match will be very tough for him. We have a repeat situation of the past match where Wugga was playing with Garuda, but Septic didn't. So the question now is why Garuda is so broken. We can already see what is happening on Wugga's side. Garuda has an ability called Abduct. What does it do? It basically teleports you to any location or random location on the map, which means that you can easily get out of very tough spots. You don't really pretty much need any resources anymore, because if you're in a tough spot, just teleport away. Another way of using this is like, okay, I'm a little bit far away on this side of the map. Let me teleport away. Maybe I will be teleported to the room with the elevator. And that's exactly what Wugga is doing. He was teleported to the room with the elevator. There you go, next floor. And horrible, which is amazing actually for our runner's part, is that ability costs almost nothing. If I recall right, it's half MP, maybe 1 MP, I don't exactly remember, but for what it does, it's absolutely way too cheap. And there you go, few teleports. Wugga is teleported next to the elevator, floor 20. In the meantime, Septic did have a little bit of nice luck with the elevator, so he's still in the lead, floor 23 versus floor 20. But as if problems start showing up on Septic sides, which we already have seen on few floors, then Septic will need to like spend some time on getting out of this trouble. Like for example, right now playing with this Viper. Septic has ways to easily deal with the Viper, but you see that like he has to like very slowly walk, think what to do next. Yeah, there you go. He needs to like do something about it. Now Holy Scroll. In the meantime, Wugga already has teleported a few times. Floor 21, only floor two floors difference. Sand Knight is trolling me. Thank you, Sand Knight, for saying that the ability is abduct, not abduct. It's a side effect of the de-randomizing randomizer to sort of watermark everything that our de-randomizing randomizer prepares. We have changed one of the text that normally says tamer in the menu to runner, which basically changes this A to U. And the side effect of it is that like abduct becomes abduct. Thank you, Sandy, for being a troll. Yes, Sandy. Sure. Let's say that you're not. We all love Sandy. He's the person who actually started the whole community. We've got a running joke of blaming Sand Knight for everything that goes bad. All the seeds that are generated that are bad, we already immediately blame Sand Knight. This time, I think our runners, especially Wugga, should send thanks to Sand Knight, because he was the one generating the seeds. We were hoping, okay, such a hype match, we definitely need like evil seeds, especially for such experienced runners. And there you go, we will give them such good tools. But maybe this is just a little bit, trying to lower their defenses. That warp trap, that could have been scary. Yeah, lower their defenses. Oh, there you go. Color Jack Palumpa stole Wugga's Garuda, but it's not a problem. Just go to the next floor and you can use Garuda again. John, if you wanna hop on the comms, of course. Why not? I'm gonna send you the link. Just give me a second. Uh, tu- 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 tu. There you go. Whenever you join, we will hear John. Oh, and thank you, Sandy. I completely forgot about announcing the match in our Discord. Speaking of Discord, I think that's gonna be this. Yeah, there you go. We've got a Discord for this game. It's not just a speedrunning Discord. It's a Discord for fans of this game. If you like the game, if you want to talk about it, or maybe even uh, ob- objectively worse spiritual successor of this game, feel free to join. We are very friendly. If you want to start speedrunning, we've got lots of guides that can help you, and of course lots of people that are very, very willing to help as well. Apart from that, please follow our runners. Wugga and Septic stream Azure Dreams quite a lot. So if you like this game, definitely these guys are to follow, and it's gonna be Azure Dreams at the highest possible level. In the meantime, what has happened while I was blabbing? Wugga has already caught up with Septic. There you go. And this is the difference between Garuda and non-Garuda. Septic Wugga sees the elevator. There is one last obstacle on his way to get to the elevator. That's stealth. And there you go. Wugga takes the lead. There is still 14 floors till the end of the elevator, till the end of the tower. But this is huge. Now it's gonna be very, very hard for Septic um, to catch up, especially that he's now on the worst possible floors for the water monster. On this floor, we've got 4 types of monsters, and all 4 types of monsters are wind. And of course, wind is strong against water. What's more, those stealth monsters, those crab looking like monsters, I don't know what they're supposed to be, they can become invisible, and they will hit you from nowhere. And water monster getting hit by a invisible wind monster is definitely not fun. Wugga was possibly in a little bit of a pickle, but nothing you cannot handle with a Garuda. Already floor 27 for Wugga. Septic finally finds an elevator on floor 25. He's out of the very, very tough floors for him. Floor 26, I'm not saying that it's going to be easier, but it should be not so bad that much. Mandara is a very strong water familiar, at least in terms of like raw power. It's a little bit squishy though, so I think Septic could fight it. There is a nice item room here, but Septic doesn't have time to check it, and it's gonna be a Holy Bell. Holy Bell, there you go. He was in a pincer from all sides, so now I think it's the time to check the item room. There are some nice resources, truth glasses. Will he use the truth glasses on the egg? There you go. He uses. Now he sees that it's a Garuda. He must feel very, very bad about it, because he probably knows that Wugga already has checked the egg, and Wugga is ahead 3 floors. Might be a little bit too late for Septic to hatch the egg. The question is, yeah, he's definitely hatching. He's now 3 floors behind. It's gonna take him around 1 minute. It's gonna take him around 1 minute to hatch the egg. In the meantime, Wugga probably will get to floor like 30, 31. Yeah, there is already an elevator. That monster is sleeping. There you go, floor 30. Question, is this 100 floors? No, not at least in the original game. There is going to be 40 floors, with first floor being a tutorial and final floor being a scripted boss battle. So technically 38 floors that they have to fight through, altogether 40. But there is a hidden second tower in the game that was unreleased. Luckily, we've got a few people in our community who are able to reverse engineer the game and modify it. So with this modification, we were able to unlock the quote-unquote second tower, which is a little bit unfinished product, but finished enough for us to play with it. And in that mode of the game, there is 100 floors. Technically, the tower is infinite because it's not finished, but after floor 99, it's just continues repeating floor 99 over and over and over again. In the meantime, Wugga is floor 32. He has met Beldo, one of the very few points in the plot of this game. Long story short, there is a bad guy on floor 40 who killed your father. There you go, that's the plot. So, Septic, in the meantime, was able to hatch the Garuda, but he's 6 floors behind. And the question now is there enough time to catch up? Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch out, Wugga, watch out. That Glacier is one of the also nasty monsters in the tower. It has very annoying ability of pushing you with a rock. And of course it can do it from afar. Glaciers are water monsters. Garuda on Wugga's side is wind. Wind is strong against water, actually. Yeah, my bad. So that's actually not that bad. I thought for some reason that wind is weak against water, which is not. Did I hear John popping up? Oh, not yet. Sorry, my bad. I thought that John already joined. So what do we have here? Wugga finding elevator on floor 32. We are now going to floor 33. 6 floors lead with both of runners. Oh, it's already floor 34. Sorry, my stream quality where I'm watching this is a little bit low. I couldn't see the number clearly. Already floor 35. There is very, very little time to catch up. I'm quite sure that Septic is aware of it. Septic has to hope that Wugga either didn't find that Garuda or maybe that he dies or something like this. But there you go, already floor 36. 9 floors lead, definitely enough to finish the game. lots of time in the meantime. Yeah, Septic is still fighting monsters, which is taking him time, but in this case it does make sense because there was an elevator. Garuda takes you to a random spot. Yeah, you can easily escape all the tough situations, but maybe it will take you away to the second end of the tower, right? And you still have to like somehow get back to the elevator. So sometimes it's still a good idea to fight the monsters. But the thing is that like Septic doesn't have time for it. Septic needs to like have very good luck of elevators all the time, which is not happening for him. Wugga already sees the elevator on floor 36. There is another monster blocking it, but just one binding ball. There you go, floor 37. In the meantime, Septic goes to floor 30. Just 3 more floors for Wugga. Can he do it? There is technically one way. Oh, there you go, elevator to floor 38. There is one way in which Garuda can still kill you, because the teleportation can technically take you back to the same spot in which you were. If you are taken to the same spot in which you were, and there is already a monster next to this place, that monster will smack you. And with you being so under leveled, because when you are escaping everything, you are not fighting, you're not getting any experience, you will probably die in one hit. But that happens very, very rarely. It does happen every now and then, but you have to be very careful about it. But the thing is that Wugga is already on floor 39. 1 more floor. Septic is reaching floor 31. Beldo hype. But can he do anything about it? Wugga is playing it safe, using a Holy Scroll on the maximum. That maximum will help him fight on these floors. Golems are not a problem. Just use the Blaze Ball, yes. And just search for this elevator. Can it be done? Not yet, not this room. Maxi will fight the dragon. It will actually win, but Wugga doesn't care. Using the abduct, going further. And is this the elevator room? Not yet. Not yet. We are just waiting for it. Not yet. Garuda is not being nice in these floors. Wugga probably is getting impatient. Come on. There is the elevator. Can he do it? He does. Oh, frog. Garuda is dead, but it doesn't matter because you should be able to get to this elevator easily. And you're getting to floor 40 as a frog. That's game 1, 2. That's game one to Wugga. Let me announce that. I think because it's Garuda, we should be able to allow Septic to finish. We are quite early in the game. This match took only 32 minutes. Of course, we will let Septic finish. Let's have a double clear in the first match. Um, and we will be loading after that second seed. So let's focus for now just on what Septic is doing, unless you want to see the final cutscene for this game. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a scripted fight. No matter the level you are, you will just quickly lose and then you win. So it's like losing a fight, winning a cutscene type of a situation. The de-randomizing randomizer actually allows you to change this battle into not being scripted, so that you actually have to beat the final boss, which is something that definitely you could try. Again, link to the Discord has been posted. Hello, John. I presume that's you who joined, right?
It is me. Good to be.
Hello, how you doing?
I am doing good. I'm glad I didn't miss this.
Oh yeah, definitely great match. Something to just wait for. Like I said, it's an early finals. Definitely two of our best runners in the community, and the time in which they cleared. Yes, it was a Garuda seed. It's a little bit unfair comparison, but still, it's just so fast. And before the Garuda, Septic was doing so well with the time that he was getting. It's just unfortunate that he didn't decide to hatch the egg immediately, which gave Wugga quite the lead. So that's game one. John, what do you think they will get in the second seed while Septic is still finishing his first seed? Because we will get just another set of items, just another set of familiars. What do you think we'll get? What would you want to see?
I would like to see a picket seed.
Oh,
Because
Picket. That's
everyone's
interesting.
favorite picket or killer. That would be great to see.
Everyone's favorite Picket. That I don't think that you can use these two things in the same sentence unless you use also the word not there. We've got a little bit of a definitely small friendly argument in the community. What is your favorite monster? Typical situation. Um, and ooh, septic, you didn't go for the elevator. Your Garuda is dead, but you do have restore scroll. I understand now. That makes sense. But can you survive? Okay, you can survive. You returned back from the frog. Gonna Tamna the glacier, restore the Garuda. Just be very careful about what you're restoring. Yes, because if you restore something that is not dead, you're losing the restore scroll.
Oh wow.
Whoa! Septic is definitely
Oh,
unlucky here. Warp trap immediately after restoring the Garuda, but how luckily he gets to the elevator that Garuda is still alive. It didn't die. That would have been very bad. Definitely we
I
need to
think
ask Septic about it.
I think that definitely qualifies as a near septic special right there.
Oh yeah. So like I said, these are Sandite seeds. You can never be too careful with them. they can they can look like they're easy, but there you go. One moment of not paying attention and you're dead. Now Septic is getting a really nice slack with the teleportation. He's getting to floor 39. Floor 39 was a little bit tough for Wugga. Let's see how Septic will deal with it. That makes sense. That teleportation. Oh, next to the golem, you have to run away. Yeah. I think Wugga was doing similar movement where he was just teleporting and it was not giving him very good results in the beginning. Okay, Septic has star glasses. That's gonna be a little bit easier. He knows where the elevator is. He doesn't need to teleport. He's going straight for the elevator, and there you go. That's a GG for Septic. So I'm gonna I'm gonna count down our runners. John, I'm gonna give you the floor. I've been speaking whole 40 minutes. I'm gonna rest for a minute while
Yes,
you're
yes, yes,
hyping
yes.
up the second match.
Yes, take a break. So while we're waiting, everybody, glad to have you guys here. We want to thank Speed Gaming for hosting this grand event. And as everybody knows, this is our favorite game of all times, Azure Dreams. I myself am John Phoenix. If you don't know me, I kind of started this tournament, kind of headlined it a little bit, and I got knocked out midway through the tournament, which was unfortunate by my co-commentator Chai there.
You're
Um,
welcome.
yeah, yeah, thank you for that.
But you did beat Septic in the first match. That was a little bit unexpected because you were like a junior in the tourney, and here you go. First match, you're already beating one of our best runners.
I did, and then he got his revenge in the second chance bracket. So full circle, it came full circle.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no regrets here.
circle of life. Yeah, that's what I've already been pointing out. That Septic was like the person who actually has played the highest number of matches in the tournament so far because you guys had this additional round and Septic had to go through all of the matches in the losers bracket so far. 6 matches, huge amount.
Yeah, that's crazy, but he's still hanging in there. So if he wins, he's gonna face you in the finals. How do you feel about that?
I'm ready for him. No, the thing is that, like, of course, both of these runners are so scary that, like, worrying too much is not going to do any good for me. So I'm just gonna take it, whatever is there, and just gonna have fun. Not even trying to like devise any strategy because there is
Right.
no strategy for these guys.
We got Hex saying he wants to see a Newell run. That's sure Revan wants to see that as well. A Newell Batnell seed could be decent.
Uh, as much as I like Newells in terms of like it transforming into Batnell at some point, the thing is that Newell on its own is so weak, like physically, and you don't really
Yeah.
have that much time to like transform it into Batnell when it starts getting those better growth stats. So Newell usually to me is not much of a hype. If you start with a Batnell, that's a completely different story. But with a Newell, that is going to be a little bit of a slow seed, I would say. But yeah, our runners are experienced. We should be able to throw at them anything and see how they are able to tackle it.
Yeah, I was definitely unprepared in my first Newell seed, and I paid the price. But now I know better.
There you go. This is not our last tournament for sure. We are hosting them every like couple of months. So yeah, for the next tournament, if you get to have the Newell, you'll see you will know how to deal with it, or maybe basically just drop it. Our runners have been counted down, so we should be able to know soon enough what is the seed going to bring. We had what? We had an Ifrit and a Golem in the first seed, but it didn't matter because we had the Garuda at some point. So what we gonna have here? I
So
already know because I'm cheating a little bit.
the golem was
Uh,
an egg, or
Golem was from the egg, yes.
interesting. That would have been a fun seed to see a golem starting monster. This
Oh yeah,
spell on the
definitely. Love me some AoE magic, and Golem being also like a quite powerful monster. It's very strong. It has, I think, the highest defense out of all the monsters. And there you go. It's a Golem. Your wish has been
there we go.
granted, or Septic's wish. Again, Septic loves Golem. He got one in the first seed, but he didn't use it, and that's why he lost. We're gonna like stick to that version. And now he's getting Golem as a starter. I wonder what he's gonna do about it.
It'd be nice. I want to see some rocket punches. If I don't see one rocket punch, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna say that now. So Septic, don't let me down.
Rocket punches. I wonder whether they'll use it because it does take a one full turn to charge, right? And does it cost 8 MP? I think it costs 8 MP. So it's fairly expensive. Of course, it's very cool move. I do love to see it, but let's see.
It is wind
Scarlet
golem.
want Mirror Shield. Mirror Shield is nice. Scarlet want not a good start for this kind of familiar. Repel Ball, that's an absolute garbage.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can definitely see them tossing the repel ball to the barong.
yeah.
Just
Oh
Roche,
no! And there you
go.
go. This seed doesn't matter anymore. Wugga got a Roche Fruit. If Garuda egg breaks the game, Roche Fruit is another thing that breaks the game. Explain, please, John. Explain.
Well, what the Roche fruit does, it transforms any monster back into its birth state as in an egg. So you can turn any monster, as long as you feed that Roche fruit to, back into an egg, and then you can hatch it and turn it into your pet. So what we're gonna see Wooga's gonna do, he's gonna make it up to floor 15 or so. First time he sees a Garuda, he's gonna throw that Roche fruit at him. He's gonna turn him into an egg and hatch it. And then from there on, it's pretty much gonna be the same seed as last time, a Garuda run all the way to the top. So we can expect to see a pretty fast round. I want to say another probably about 35 minutes or so. What do you think, Chai?
Oh yeah, definitely. And the worst part is that this time Septic doesn't have it because it's one of the things that I mentioned in the beginning. Barong gives you the same items as long as you are doing exactly same movements. And our runners didn't. Wugga was waiting for the Barong to wake up and started tossing items at him. Septic first hatched the egg and only then started tossing items at it, at Barong. This changed the RNG. Septic didn't get the Roche Fruit, so now Septic's only hope, I think, is that he needs to hope to find the Roche Fruit naturally on the floor somewhere, or maybe find another Garuda egg. Other than that, it's completely uneven games right now.
Yeah, he can try to farm another Barong later on. He has three chances. So Barongs only spawn on three floors in the tower. Specific floors, 16, 26, and 36. But you want to waste time trying to farm, look for the Barong, then feed them items. It's a high risk, high reward kind of thing.
Yeah, and the Roche Fruit is actually one of the rarest items in the game. So it's not like the item that Barong can give you is like has a high chance of being a Roche Fruit. So yeah, there is a chance, but it just happens so very very rarely. Wugga was extremely lucky to get it so quickly. And if I recall right, actually in a match against me, Wugga had the same situation where I was first hatching the monster and oops.
Oh no!
Luckily, Golem is very strong boy. It can survive even a fire hit, it being wind, right? Continuing my story, so Wugga also like did this in the match against me where he immediately went for the Barong. He got the Roche Fruit. I hatched the egg. I didn't get the Roche Fruit. Luckily, this was a seed where we both found the Garuda eggs, I think. So like I was able to sort of fight with him on even terms, if that's even like a thing, fighting with Wugga on even terms when Garuda is in in the game.
Yeah, so
He,
for anybody in chat that doesn't know, Garuda is one of the coined, quote unquote, masters of using Garuda. When it comes to Garuda, he is very well versed in utilizing the in and outs of using that for the speed run. So it is going to be fun to see, and every time I see these two top runners here, I'm learning something new in the game of the speed runs.
hey John, did you notice on Wugga's side you got your wish granted?
I did.
Wugga used the rocket punch. He also used the repel ball, which I dubbed as like a completely useless ball, which actually hasn't been so useless. Repel ball gives you reflect status, so if that flame decided to use its spell, then Golem probably would have reflected it back. That was basically the reason why Wugga did it.
Right, and it definitely makes a lot of sense considering that it's a wind golem. And what both of these runners got to really look out for, if they forget that their spells are unlocked in the later floors, that can spell instant death because it's low bind. which means it can just paralyze them
Exactly.
if they
Uh,
get rid of the mirror shield.
I think they will. Both of these runners are leather shield for life. So the moment they find a leather shield, they will go for it. Actually, Septic has a diamond shield. He doesn't have mirror shield anymore. I think he tossed it towards the barong because once you have the diamond shield, uh, you just basically don't need anything else for the early floors. Earth Shield will be useful as well, especially on the water floors. I'm actually quite surprised by Septic not going faster to the water floors, meaning like floors 6 to 9. Because first of all, his golem is wind. That means and has AoE magic. This means that like all the water monsters he can easily dispose of, and he can even fight some water monsters thanks to the Earth Shield because that's gonna decrease the damage quite substantially. Like here, we've got 3 water monsters. That's gonna be 1 or 2. Um, I want to say just 1. Yeah, now just use AI 1 and second bloom will be with just a single hit of a sword. Right, there you go. That's the power of the AoE magic.
It is great, and we see the elevator on Wugga's side, and he's just blazing. He's just trying to make it to that floor, and then he's gonna get rid of it. I can even see Wugga fusing either the Palumpa or yeah, he's probably gonna fuse the Palumpa to the Garuda when he hatches it, and then just go from there. Because I'm not seeing him pick up any seeds.
And Wugga drops the repel ball because he's finding something much more better, like fireball. Definitely good strategy. And you can see that this golem, how powerful it is. Golem is wind. It was fighting a balloon, which is a fire monster. Yes, it had the elevation advantage, but it was still able to hit that balloon for 11 damage, which is unthinkable. That's the power of the golem.
Yeah, they're very strong. Fuse
It
a
is a little.
golem with a block and see what happens.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a little bit MP heavy because Golem has a special, I want to say
Ooh.
attribute. It's not even a trait or anything that you can pass on. It's special in that sense that like its direct attack costs 2 MP as compared to normal monsters costing just 1 MP, and its mixture magic costs 4 MP. So every time it attacks, both of the runners have to remember like, okay, it does cost a lot, right? But for how powerful it is, it does make sense. And MP recovery items are fairly easy to find in the tower, so probably our runners don't care that much. That's why they can spam it a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, enough to dispose of the threats.
Yeah, definitely any pita fruits, any herbs heals 3 MP every time you feed them a herb or any kind of little random fruits laying around. As well as if you feed an egg, it also heals them as 50, same as a pita fruit. And there's even a rare large pita fruit that heals 100 MP. So there's plenty, like you said, there's plenty of MP things that can be found along the way. There's another mirror shield on Wugga's side.
Speaking of big pita fruit, a fun fact, which I don't know whether is really fun, but big pita fruit is actually as rare as a roche fruit. So wherever you find a big pita fruit, you should consider yourself lucky. They're like, woo, it could have been a roche.
Well, you know what they say, every red fruit you pass up is a roche fruit.
Oh yeah. One other fun fact that probably many of the runners know, that pita fruits actually have a higher chance of having additional spawn. There is a hidden counter in the game that adds up every floor some number. And if that number reaches 100, then there is a 1 in 4 chance to have an additional spawn of a pita on the floor. That's why we consider MP recovering items to be fairly common, and we usually don't worry too much about MP consumption.
We got Septic just took the lead.
Oh, that's
4-11.
nice. That's very nice of him. The problem is that like in the first game, Septic had the lead too, even I think of 3 or 4 floors. But that disappeared the moment Garuda was introduced.
I can pretty much say the lead's gonna be gone by floor 22.
Oh yeah.
If there is one.
Unless Septic maybe finds a Garuda egg. Let's see.
Maybe he's got a good elevator train going.
Yeah. Wugga is now a little bit like in a scary position, I would say, because okay, that golem is powerful, but so is that creature that Wugga is holding right now, which is a griffin. Griffins have the most powerful fire spell in the game called Pillar. Even with the defense of the golem, I doubt golem would be able to survive a hit from the Pillar spell.
Probably not, but now would have been a good time to save that repel ball. If he would have kept it, it would have been a good time just to use it as you walk around the floor.
Oh, speaking of, he just found another one. Wugga is doing very, very scary maneuvers. He has to be very careful about what he's doing. His golem is about to die. Will fire be enough to kill that? Woof, luckily for him, that's enough. But he's on a very low HP. And there is another volcano. That's a little bit unfortunate for Wugga. What will he do? Fire and fire. Hopefully there is enough charges. If there is not enough charges, Wugga is dead. Luckily there is. Okay, volcano is dead. Wugga has to be very careful. He needs to restore some HP. There you go. He's waiting on the elevator to restore those HP. In the meantime, Septic is getting a little bit of a head, 3 floors lead.
Yeah, it's just looking about the same. We can see Garudas on this floor 14, I do believe, so...
Yes.
There we go, and we see one. Walking away.
So we will know that Wugga will see them too. Because again, they're exactly the same floors. Luckily for Wugga, floor 12 was very easy. And now it's going to be floor 13.
Yeah, I think floor 13
power
was
of
pretty
the
close to
AoE
winning.
magic. Krakens, as we mentioned earlier in the previous game, are very, very scary. 2 AoE magics from afar. You don't have to even take any damage, and Krakens are gone. There you go.
Yeah. And Wugga's trying to make a beeline for that elevator because he knows that he's just a few steps away from getting that Garuda in speedy time. He won't have to worry.
Wugga is now playing a little bit safe. He knows that he doesn't have any items that could take him out of bad situation apart from the Roche fruit. So he was sniping that Griffin from afar. For Kraken, he will do 2 Earth Shakers. That makes sense. Wugga, remember that you have to restore MP for that golem, or do you want to save this? Yeah, I think he wants to save the PDAF just in case for the Garuda.
Makes sense. So you probably only need one fruit for the rest of the game.
Yes, there you go. Now to find the Garuda, the stage 1 of this plan is complete. Now, there you go, monster. Yeah,
there you go. Chase him down.
Try to chase that Garuda, and there you go.
There you go.
Another amazing fact about the Roche fruit is that when you find this egg, it's gonna be very high percentage. You're not gonna spend 1 minute. It's gonna be more like 10 seconds of hatching the egg. You already know what you're hatching. There is no surprise. This game now became an easy mode again.
Can't wish for more. With these 2 runners right here.
To be honest, I was hoping that the Garuda wouldn't show up in this run, so that we could see them playing raw game, showing off their knowledge, showing off their skill. Doesn't mean that Garuda doesn't take knowledge and skills. It does, and both of these runners do. But the thing is that now every single tough situation that they have, they can opt to decide, you know what, I don't want to think, I'm just gonna abduct. And that sort of takes away a little bit of the beauty of this game. Now we can see, for example, what Septic was doing. That was beautiful. He was maneuvering with the monsters, knowing that when he throws that monster away towards another monster, they'll both turn around and walk away. That's the kind of play that I want to see. It's a little bit unfortunate that on Wugga's side, we will probably not see that many of such plays.
Probably not. I am surprised that he didn't fuse the Palumpa right away to change the gene to water. So he is playing a little risky, keeping him as wind, because one bomb trap could hurt.
Because water is weaker against wind, so in the fusion, wind would still win.
No, it will change if you fuse it. It'll change it to
No, 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 no. The element of the fusion is the one that wins in the rock paper scissors. So if you fuse, for example, fire and water monster, no matter which monster wins, it's gonna be water. If you fuse wind and water, no matter who wins, it's gonna be wind.
even in the rando, because I'm pretty
Yes,
sure I've done it. Yeah, maybe
even
I
in the
have.
random. That part of the game is not changed.
Then I am mistaken. Thank you for correcting me.
There
Here
you
we go.
go.
See, still learning everything every day.
Yeah. There are like few of those like small things that this game has that we've got Skeef here in the chat. He knows everything there is about this game. If you're looking for some corner case, Skeef knows it. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, definitely. Skeef is the human wiki.
Yes, you
Azure
do,
Dreams
Skeef.
wiki.
Don't be so modest.
Remember that old website, Ask G's? Well, it's Ask Skeef's.
Oh. There you go. That's another beautiful play that I want to see from these runners. Like I said, pickets are super annoying. What Septic did, he put an item on the floor, stepped on that item, and we know that when pickets decide to steal something from you, if there is something on the floor, they will prioritize stealing from the floor rather than from your inventory. And that's
And we
a
got the
smart
league.
play.
Oh, we got the league growing now. Wugga just took the lead and the elevator train going up, so it's going to be a 2-floor lead already. And like I said, by floor 20, the lead has changed and it's going to grow.
Cheryl is liftable by Skeef. Well, technically she is. I was always very impressed by the fact that she was able to maintain a perfect plank position while being unconscious when a Ko is, lifting her. So I would say that like Cheryl is the one that is impressive.
She was frozen stiff.
Yeah. Septic is finding some nice items. His resources are pretty good. 2 Tamna fruits, 1 holy bell, 2 spell balls, fire and flame. It's all good, but when faced against the Garuda, there is not much you can do. Wugga already has 4 floors lead. Septic is doing now the fusion of a Golem and Polompa. And there you go, Golem stays wind. But why did he do it then? That's another very smart play. You gotta remember that when you fuse 2 monsters, the MP that the resulting monster will have will be the average of both. Golem's MP was 1. Polumpa's starting MP is 40. So there you go, 20 MP just with the fusion.
Very smart play on Septic's side.
As much as we were saying that like MP recovery items are fairly common, Septic is a little bit out of them right now, and his Golem is running a little bit low on MP, but he still has some herbs. That's 6 MP recovery usage for you. That's not a lot, but that's probably enough to deal with 1 or 2 monsters, especially like bad starting room, something like this.
Oh, sleep trap.
There you go. That's something that Septic needed. Wugga's Garuda is down. Wugga is under-leveled. Wugga still has quite many nice resources. So now we've got a match. And now I would say, I don't know who's better. Technically, going solo is faster, but assuming that there is not going to be many bad situations, right?
Yeah, it could be anybody's game, but Wugga is definitely playing scary right now. Oh, and Wugga's blind.
Septic.
Oh,
I think yeah, that was unicorn, right? But that's not a problem. He's got some fire spell balls, so that should be fine.
Yeah, I still have some unicorn blind spell PTSD from my last tournament match.
There you go. Septic is trying to lift twice, failed, and now needs to use the flame ball. Surprisingly, I think Wugga might be a little bit better. He's got oh, he's both blaze and fireballs are empty. I thought that he's got like plenty of spell charges, but actually he has only those 3 flame charges left. So maybe Septic is better.
Oh, he does still have Golem. You can bring him back out and
Oh yeah, that golem, it still should be quite nice level, and these floors actually wouldn't be that bad. I would say that like you can level up pretty quickly on snowmen. You will have to use like 3 mixed magic attacks to kill the snowman, but they're really nice MP experience.
yeah, even a couple of spell ball charges on these wind monsters wouldn't be too bad to level them up either.
True that.
But we still
Surprisingly,
got
none
floor.
of them. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we still got floor 25 coming up here, so the lead is still about 3 floors. But I want to say that Septic is probably going to increase the lead, decrease the gap here soon.
Yeah, as long as like there is nothing scary, Wugga should be able to like handle it pretty easily. Now that he took out the golem, again, water monster shouldn't be much of a problem. He should be able to like catch up. It's just that this one last wind floor where he doesn't have that much. Luckily for him, easy elevator, stealths are gone. Now I would actually hope for a snowman for Wugga so that he can get some levels. In the meantime, Septic actually is lower level than Wugga, and he's running out of MP for Golem. And there you go. That's a snowman. That's gonna be 3 attacks, but Golem is now running out of MP. Luckily for Wugga, he's got a Pita Fruit. So now Septic needs to figure out how to get his Golem out.
It's definitely going to be a trial, but neither one of these runners are a stranger to playing solo without a monster, so they're both really capable of going with or without a monster all the way to the top.
Definitely. Sandy is saying that level 8 Golem is niche. Almost Septic special. It maybe is a niche, but it is so amazing. I recently fell in love a lot with AoE magic. It scales so nicely. Even on lower levels, you are able to actually still kill monsters and make it usable. You may have to like juggle elements every now and then. Like here, for example, 2 mixture magics and both of these Mandaras are gone. There you go. And that's a level probably. Even even 4 levels for Golem. There is 2 Manoivas. Oh, those are probably just clones. Yeah, there you go. And another Pida. There you go. So we know that there is Pida on floor 27 in the starting room. So Septic will find it as well. But until then, he needs to go solo.
And another AoE attack. 2 attacks to kill both of these guys here. It should be another level up. So the levels are going to be increasing pretty fast there.
There you go, Sandy. It's not level 8 anymore. It's now level 15 after a few kills. That's why I love AoE magic. The thing is that like this wind element is going to become a little bit less usable very quickly. Starting from floor 30, 31, there is absolutely no reason to stay wind. You wanna become water preferably to like handle all the scary fire monsters. Or maybe
even the Naphtha on this floor could probably one-shot that golem.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know, to be honest. Oh, there you go. Elevator. You will have to take a hit from Naplas. That's fine. As long as you get the elevator. John, do you know what's special about fire AoE version of this spell?
Yeah, the fire version of the AoE spell is Mount Burn, and what it does is it can actually be used to turn around the monsters when they're like in a hallway or just far away from you. As long as they don't aggro onto you and you can hit them with that spell, it actually kind of confuse them and turn them around and walk the other way, which could be very useful. just another tool to have in your belt if you have the fire AoE spell.
Exactly, and that also the difference is that like it like because wind and water version of this spell attacks the whole room, or if using the hallway, just attacks all the tiles around you. But Mount Burn doesn't attack the whole room, doesn't attack anything around you in the hallway. It just attacks 7 tiles, 7 by 7 square in front of you. So you can attack it from afar, and like John mentioned, it can be used to turn around monster. It doesn't always do it. There is a little bit of like some RNG there, but it's definitely a viable strategy. And there you go, floor 31 for Wugga. Beldo hype.
Beldo hype. So that means we got 9 more floors to go, and these are the most dangerous floors. Anything after this floor is scary to deal with. You don't want to be close to anything anymore.
Yeah, Wugga would definitely want to change that golem into water now. Wind still can be used to fight glaciers, but glaciers actually, even though of course everything is scary, glaciers are a little bit less scary than other things. Ooh, there was a fruit on Septic side on floor 25. Unfortunately, there was a bomb trap as well, and that bomb trap destroyed that fruit. So we don't know whether it's a pita fruit or not. We know that there will be one on floor 27, but in the meantime, Wugga will be already what? Floor 33, and the one room floor. Do we see the hype? No, we cannot see the hype. It's wind. What can you do with it? There is a seed, and like you said, those golems now have a spell. So you have to be very careful. Light. Ooh, golem goes down. Golem goes down.
KO.
A little bit too late to find
Rocket
that light
punch
seed.
charged.
Wugga gets out of this floor. That's most important. We know that the Septic will have to deal with it as well. He does have a golem, but he doesn't have MP yet. He will have it on the next floor.
And we have an unofficial pet following Wugga. It's the ghost of Golem Past.
Okay, he likely has still 2 flame charges. And Septic is specialed. Septic.
Oh.
Does he? He has a holy bell. He has a holy bell. That's okay. He can survive. That's most important. But that was so close. Ooh, really nice use of the poison ball. Wugga will be able to kill all of those monsters with a single swing of his sword, assuming he doesn't miss.
I wouldn't even risk it. I'll just throw the sword at him. Stay away.
Yeah, there you go. Dragon will be dead. That's a nice thing by Wugga. He removes the sword so that he has higher accuracy, right? Because it's better. You have higher chance when you don't have a sword. Swords have actually quite low accuracy, unless it's gold sword. Pita fruit 34. Yeah, there you go. Septic finds that Pita fruit. Golem will be back. But in the meantime, Wugga has 7 floors lead. Not too many resources, just 2 flame charges, a little bit of a poison ball. So let's see what will Septic do now.
Yeah, Wugga being Wugga, he has enough resources to make it to the top.
Septic needs to think about it because if he recovers MP now, that Mandara will come up and it will not die in 1 hit. So probably, ooh.
You can get lucky and maybe get.
But now it's from the elevation. He's risking it. He's risking it a lot. Okay, luckily for him, the risk paid off. Now both of these Mandaras are dead. He will get some levels, and okay, he continues the climb. In the meantime, 36 on Wugga's side, making good use of the poison ball, showing us this is exactly what I wanted to see. I want to see them struggle. I want to see them. I want them to show us how do you deal with problems in this game.
One thing that we did see on Wugga's side just now is he used the repel ball on that Maxim there. Not because it did anything, but what he used it for was to see what was inside the room past him. So he knew that the elevator wasn't past him, so he was able to kind of cross that room off his little map there.
A little bit of casino RNG with Barong. I don't think that like he's doing it for items. Of course, he needs items. Like this Holy Bell is definitely nice, but he also just wants to get rid of that Barong, get a boomerang, a familiar bell that's not very useful. There you go, and Wugga is able to continue. Very nice
Yeah,
find of a lean fruit, right?
yeah, you got 2 holy bells from that barong, and yeah, now he has enough resources to make it to the top.
Okay, there you go.
And that should be the elevator room.
Probably.
Oh, we're
Oh,
gonna
I really
block
love this strategy, blocking the exits of. Okay, Maxi comes out. Another Maxi. Block the
another block.
hallway.
Oh,
Uh,
you
what you gonna
might
do?
have used
All in?
Olean.
Or can you?
Block him
I
again.
think.
Block him the other way. Oh
No, you
no.
you can. Yeah, you can turn him. Oh, if Wugga tossed that Barong, that glacier would have turned around. It wasn't aggroed yet. Okay, but yep, he good. Floor 37 to
He
floor
survived.
29 for Septic. That's most important. Sleeping Dragon, that's okay. Monster Loop, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I just want
There
to
is another
remind
dragon.
chat.
Go ahead.
So I just want to remind chat that for whatever reason, if Wugga does die on one of these 2 floors, Septic can still climb up as long as he passes the floor that Wugga was on. He can still claim the win. So it's still not over by any means. Wugga still has to
Oh,
make
yeah.
3 more floors.
Exit Loop will help a lot
He's probably
with
going to
that.
save it for the next floor because he's already got this
Yeah,
one halfway mapped out.
that
That would be
golem
what
is
I would
not a
do.
problem. Yeah, probably that's what Wugga will do as well. Uh, two, 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 two. Septic finds an egg on floor 29. I don't think that he's gonna like check it, but that's really nice food for Golem. That's additional 50 MP recovery, which makes Golem much more usable. Like you said, Wugga didn't use exit. He just finds an elevator and there will be an immediate use of the exit loop on 38. Elevator is fairly far away.
Ooh. What are you going to do?
Uh,
That's
get the hit and
scary.
Holy Bell. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You have to be careful because glaciers can still snipe you even when you are in the elevator room. Leather shield, there you go, immediately forgetting that mirror shield existed.
And he does have a medicinal herb, which he probably should have used right away.
I fully agree. Trap loop, the curse, and another herb that I would have checked. Like with his resources, I would have definitely checked it. Septic takes a hit from the Naplas, that's okay. Getting to floor 30.
Another good poison ball use as well.
I do want to stress out how amazing pace both of these runners have. And like floor 30 on Septic, floor 38 on Wugga's, 34th minute. Beautiful, beautiful. One more dragon and another use of a poison ball. Poison ball is the definitely MVP of this match for Wugga. It has done so much work.
You know, there's a lot of runners that say the poison ball is not useful, and leave it to Wugga to show you exactly how you should use the poison ball.
There you go. And
That was that
another
bell.
Holy Bell. One more floor for Wugga. Can he do it? Can he do it?
It's gonna be oh oh my, it's over.
It's over. It's over.
GG's to Wugga.
GG.
And I mean, should we let Septic finish? It is 9 floors.
Yeah, and we are quite early.
And I'll probably assume we might end up seeing a friendly third as well. I would like to see them both do a friendly third with no monsters. They just,
Oh,
just
Septic is
oh,
just hating that seat so much. One tile from the elevator and that golem will be dead.
that is a Septic special right there. He's gonna go for the lift. Yep.
So Septic decided not to finish. I don't blame him. This seat was giving him so much trouble. He's definitely not enjoying it. But we will have a friendly third.
Awesome. We
So,
should have him.
chat, what what will we get for the friendly third? Even though this question doesn't make sense, but let's let's ask for it. Can you explain, John, why this question doesn't make sense?
Well, it doesn't make sense because usually when we do friendly thirds, it is kind of a unwritten rule that both runners will do a glitch entry, which they will forego seeing the start monster, and they will not use any monsters after that. Any eggs, they won't hatch them or anything like that. They can use them for egg bombs, but they won't use them as a monster familiar. So they're gonna both be should be running solo. It's kind of the unwritten rule there.
And these two runners love going familiarless. They do it all the time for all of their any percent attempts. So they're very quote unquote familiar with it. And I'm quite sure that that's what they're gonna do. And there is additional element of surprise here because, as we know, starting monster may have random element, and that element will carry over to all of the monster of the same type in the tower. So might be so that, for example, okay, the starting monster was, let's say, fire. Let's say, I don't know, Garuda, right? And it was fire. So suddenly, fireballs against Garuda don't work anymore. What's more, starting monsters will have their spells unlocked. And those monsters in the tower will have that spell unlocked too. And now our runners don't have a knowledge about it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that would definitely be scary. Even cyclones having their spells unlocked early is scary as well. So a cyclone start, like Sand Knight saying, would be scary to see. I actually would have liked to have seen. I don't know, like a killer start or something. Something we haven't really seen. A tyrant or something.
Let me check with my little bit of a cheating device so that I know what's happening. Now I know what's happening. I'll
Water
let you know
picker
later.
starter. That would be
uh,
plain evil.
Wugga is ready, just waiting on a ready from Septic, and then we can count our runners down, and we will see the final, very friendly third, but definitely still very hyped. Yeah, I fully agree with the potato. Cyclones are brutal. Their unlocked spell is the strongest spell in the game, and you not knowing about it, that they have the spell, can end the run very quickly.
Yes, I have. I've done it a couple times in practice.
I also don't like to have a troll starter because the spell. There's so many trolls in the tower, right? They show up like few times, like 3 different variants, and them having this spell unlocked just brings trouble, especially when you are still level 1. So I just don't like to see trolls as a starter.
What spell do they get unlocked when they
Um,
start?
I want to say breed maybe, but definitely one of those like sword mixture magic, which is like a fire. Yeah, breed. Yeah, thank
Brit.
you for the
Oh,
confirmation. Yeah.
so it's a Q magic spell. So yeah, trolls can be pretty powerful if you get them as a start monster. Then,
Yeah.
because you
But
get Brit
also
and you
the
feed that guy a sword.
but
Yeah.
the ones in the tower are then super annoying because they're gonna snipe you. What Sandy is saying, Mano Evas are super annoying because now all of the Mano Evas in the tower suddenly get the healing abilities. And all of the clones get that ability too. And clones start with low HP. So the first thing that they do is heal themselves.
Yeah, Lagfest.
There you go. We are seeing the glitched entry. We will not know what that familiar is. I may let you know at some point.
We know, but we're not telling.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. Just take away the
uh,
suspense.
why do runners do glitched entry? Basically, that skips the intro cutscene on the bridge. That takes like what 30, 40 seconds. So in any percent, it does make sense. Normally, it also skips the tutorial floor. But in this case, tutorial floor is disabled by the randomizer, so there is no benefit from that. Both of the runners opt to go for the barong. They actually go for the barong from different positions, so the RNG will be a little bit different. And we
Well,
can
they
see
both
already that
did.
like Septic is getting holy.
Yeah, they both did get a restore scroll and tossed it back.
Yeah. But the difference is that like Septic gets the holy, which Wugga doesn't. They will also not check the egg because that's unwritten rule that familiarless means familiarless. Like John said, they're just gonna use X for the X bombs, nothing else.
Which we're gonna probably see plenty of.
I don't remember. Do you remember what was the starter for the weapon? Let me check my. Okay, it was a
And
stream wand.
yeah,
A leather
I did
shield is
too.
nice starter. It was a stream wand. Stream wand not great when you're going familiarless because it just gives you one attack. When you're going familiarless, you definitely want to have some kind of strong sword. The starting
Definitely.
ball binding, not the best thing because again, it can just give you time to escape, but it's not something that you can use to like kill high level monsters to gain lots of XP, right?
Right, but it's not the worst either. I mean, it
Oh yeah,
is useful. I would take that over. I wouldn't
repel.
dare. Yeah, I wouldn't dare throwing the. I wouldn't dare throw the bunny ball back to the
Oh yeah,
barrage.
yeah, definitely not. I fully agree. It's my point was just more like that. Okay, it's not something that they would prefer, but definitely better ball than something that you can get. Right? You can get repel ball, you can get water ball, you can get recovery balls. Those would be pretty much useless to them.
Definitely. Now, I want to point out I am Team Leather Shield, right? But not knowing which monster spell is unlocked in this situation, I probably would prefer the Mirror Shield start just for that extra layer of safety because you never know what's going to come your way in this
Oh yeah.
situation.
Wugga in a little bit of a pickle. He needs to fight that flame, but luckily he finds the elevator. No need to fight the flame. He's not in a position where he should be able to fight it because he's got a leather shield, which is quite weak on these floors. On lower floors, technically it's better to have stronger shield. He has paralyzed wand, which is very weak. He doesn't have any spell ball, so better to avoid fighting monsters like that.
But
Is
Paralyzed
Wugga?
Wand can be good if you find the limit fruit. If you find the limit fruit and use that with the paralyzed one, what the limit fruit does is increases your chance for critical attacks. And every time you critical attack with the paralyzed one, it will paralyze the monster you're hitting. So if you pair those two up, it's kind of like a hidden synergy, which could be useful.
Oh yeah, that's a very nice strategy. I actually never thought about it. Yeah, that's really fun. Will they find the limit fruit? Oh, only Lave. That's so lame. I was just wondering because Wugga is still level 2 on floor number 4. He definitely needs some levels. Like I said, they don't have any attacking spellball that would let them gain the levels, so they need to gain those levels now while they still sort of can. Because the higher they go, the lower the chance they will have to like get a level.
Yeah, and what they're really doing right now is they're looking for any kind of random swords laying around because the early floors, the random swords that you find when you throw them at the monsters deal 15 damage, which can one hit some of the monsters like the trolls for early easy experience. But unfortunately, they have not found any spare weapons.
No. I actually kind of like Septic strategy here of like actually exploring the floors. This is definitely not a strategy for any percent where you just want to go high, high, high and hope that RNG like brings you stuff. But this is not any percent. This is just familiarless run where you still have to survive. And that lead on Wugga's side may become like maybe basically destroyed immediately the moment he has a tough situation and he just dies. So I do like to get early levels when I'm doing familiarless.
Yeah, definitely. I do want to point out that Septic did find a life wand and chose to throw it at one of the monsters. Given the situation, the life wand might be, equal in terms of usefulness to the paralyzed one because the life wand does heal a portion of your HP back every time you hit the monster. So it's just another tool that you can use. Me personally, I probably would have just swapped back and forth depending on the situation.
Leather shield for the win on Wugga's side. 2 misses in a row by the monsters. There you go. That's the power of the leather shield. Where are those people who say mirror shield is the best?
I don't see him. Let the
And
cartel
for a
is
reason.
pleased. Oh, and
10th
again.
miss in a row. Do we get 4th? No. Ooh, leather shield sucks. Only 3 misses. There you go. I like the strategy by Wugga. Block the hallway with the Manoiva. Manoivas have very short sight. They can only see like 3 tiles away. So this is already the aggro, the Manoiva. That's really nice. And now he's out of the pickle. But he's still level 2, and that's worrying on floor 7. Normally around these floors, floor 7, they would be able to fight the clowns with the fireball in the vanilla game, and that would give them some levels. But they don't have fireball.
Wugga does has 2 weapons that he can use for 30 damage, so he can throw that copper sword and that troll sword at one of the monsters to get a couple levels. That's probably the best play for him right now. But he's actually using the copper sword to fight with.
Yeah. Those weapons, like against clown, would be probably like, I want to say 12, 13 damage, so you still probably need to smack it additionally. And you have to remember that you're level 2, so that U-boat, I don't think that it's gonna one-shot you, but two-shot you for sure. And there is another, and there you go. Yeah, 2-shot. What will Wugga do? Leather shield! Woohoo!
Just go, just keep walking.
He needs to think where he wants to go. I think he should go to the left side now. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
there
sense.
was a monster coming. I think there was another bloom in the hallway.
Yeah, but where is the elevator? That's the question. He's got quite
Probably the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
Or no,
Yeah.
he has
Okay.
another room
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, there is one in the corner. That's probably where the elevator is. That's where he needs to go. He does have a tile away from the monsters. Yeah, there is one more room there. I'm sure of
A
it.
one-way
Yeah.
entrance room too. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it's gotta
Yeah.
be here. Oh,
Oh,
look at that treasure
quite a
room.
nice. Yeah. I would take that sword again. Yeah, there you go. That's something that you can toss at monsters, but you do need that experience.
He does need to use those weapons soon because, as you said earlier, once you get to floor 9, they start being less useful and deal less damage. So he's gotta throw them soon.
There is an egg. The thing is with the eggs that oh, beautiful warp trap use.
Warp trap escape. Another
Yeah.
weapon.
Oh, I would
He
have
doesn't
taken
take
it. Yeah. Why do you keep lay fruit? So now is the time to start tossing weapons? Now you will just take the damage, okay? Tank the damage, that's fine. It's just that the next hit will be deadly? Not yet.
Yeah, delayed fruits can be useful if you're fighting new elves that heal a lot. That can negate their healing capability. They'll make them drain their MP faster.
When will Wugga gain levels? It's floor 9 already.
I think he's just hoping to find a fireball and he's just gonna burn two charges and then level that way.
Setting in the meantime floor 6 already level 5, and that does make sense. That's a much more comfortable level for many of the runners, making a nice Manoiva juke to avoid fighting and continue exploring. Yeah, another Manoiva juke.
Oh, frog trap!
He's not fighting anyway, so...
Go ahead, yep. Manipulate that the U-boat, one more step and then go.
Oh!
Oh, he got
Trap
blocked.
actually does something. Luckily, he's able to escape from it. That's good.
Now this is the kind of race that, you know, chat deserves right here.
That's definitely worth of a third seat. Another monster gonna start following Wugga. Will he get to the elevator? Yes, there you
It's
go,
right there.
another
Yeah.
elevator. But still level 2. What is he planning to level up on? Because he needs to find something.
He does have some good resources. I think Wugga is just treating this as an 80% run at this point. He has decent resource still to survive.
Oh,
There was actually some glasses there. I probably would have picked those up.
that's so interesting. Already it's gonna be floor 11. Uh, I don't see
Yeah.
Septic finding any ball either.
Yeah, we haven't seen any attack ball yet at all. Oh, that's a nasty
Oh,
floor.
that's a room. Even Dreamings hit you for 7. Ooh, you have to be very careful. Both rolls are very annoying. They have very low accuracy. So if there is a monster in front of boat roll and boat roll is behind, it's gonna try to snipe you, and it can miss that monster and still hit you. So you don't feel safe. Oh, there is a monster between us. Nope, that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you can dodge all the monsters can dodge
Uh,
it and then still hit you. Oh, another binding use.
you're gonna die to a dreaming? No, you have to use binding on a dreaming. That must feel bad.
It's just a dreaming.
Just the dreaming. Red sand. Use that red sand on copper sword. No, okay.
It's not gonna make a difference at this point. He's not gonna be able to
Yeah,
deal enough damage to take these guys out.
exactly. He's level 2. Yes, there is a ball. Finally, something that can be used. Blinder. Okay,
Well,
that's amazing find, but still not something that will give him levels.
it can be used though.
Oh yeah, it's safe.
But it's only 4 charges. The lowest amount of charges can be found. Sad. It's
Exactly.
so sad.
I don't think that I've ever seen it that like, okay, you're level 2 on floor 12. Okay, Mazar seed. I understand. Again, it must feel bad using Mazar seed when you are on level 2. But hey, what can you do? Septic using first binding ball charge on the bloom, and he will start walking towards Manoiva. Interesting. Okay.
What are we gonna do here? You're gonna use a holy scroll on the bloom?
An egg on floor 11.
Sleep ball? It's not. Oh. Oh, he's blind. He can't see. This is bad. This might be it for Wugga.
Nope.
Oh,
good.
we picked him up? That was some pro luck right there. As Sad Night says, he gained 50% more levels with the Lazard Seed.
Oh wait, that was floor 13 egg. Sorry, my bad. So technically, it's one of the eggs that could be the infamous Garuda, but of course they will not
Another.
hatch it. They can still use it as the comp.
You're getting all the escape spell balls and nothing to level up with. It must feel bad.
Yeah, and the thing is
Even
that like even the attack spell balls, if they find it now, they're only level 3. The power of the attack spell ball depends on the level of Ko. So it's going to be actually very low level spell attack. They might need to use even 2 attacks against some wind monsters to get it.
yeah, I can expect to see that.
Okay. No elevator still for Wugga. And there is an elevator, but there is also a Kraken, and there is also... Okay, Blinder Ball. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought that like he gonna use Olim. Actually, this sounds better. You want to keep Olim for the absolute situations where you have to get rid of the monster, not just like be able to drop it. And Wugga
Right.
starts dropping the items because now tossing items at monsters doesn't make any sense anymore. It's way too weak. Paralyze makes sense. I think Wugga passed the limit fruit on the way, so your strategy Would have been useful, the one that you mentioned.
It would have been. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it just
Uh,
wasn't meant to happen.
Septic identifies the egg that he found early on. It was a bloom egg. Definitely a great egg bomb. That's exactly what they want. The thing about egg bombs is that they don't give you experience. Egg bombs basically just kill or damage a monster with a very high attack, and they disappear. The experience doesn't go to you, so that cannot be used to level up at all.
Oh, and is that a maneuver trap right there? It is. So he's probably gonna take a whack right there. Use the binder ball. Would the binder ball work?
Okay, that's not the other one is, but he doesn't need to step on it. Why are you using it, Wugga? That Manoiva is not next to you. You would be able to, yeah, just walk away without it. That blinder ball probably was wasted charge.
I think he's just being extra cautious.
Okay, so when we were saying, hey, dying to dreaming is funny, right? Dying to pickets is even funnier. And there you go. Pickets hit for 12. 6 each. And there will be plenty of them. And they move twice a turn. You cannot just run away from them. You have to deal with them.
Yeah, it is. You want to get off these swords fast right now because he has no way to deal with them besides trying to get
And
out.
Wugga will... Whoa!
Oh,
Leather shield! There you go!
team
Is it
has a
another
shield.
Mano Evil? That's the question, because Wugga would want to step on that elevator, but he knows that one of those items can be Manoiva. Now Septic has this very fun room of 2 Dreamins and the troll and a griffin. He uses Holy Bell immediately. Will it be enough? The thing is that those things from outside the room can still snipe you. What are you gonna do, Septic? And you are not far away enough for the monsters to aggro. Oh, Septic is in a pickle. All exits blocked.
Is that a spell ball in that room? It is. That could be the spell ball he needs.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, this is just amazing.
Okay, Septic is binding the Dreamin. Oh, the Dreamin is putting Septic to sleep. That's okay.
Just a dreaming.
Just a Dreamin. Yeah, that's a way to go. He was
made it
able
out
to
of there.
run away from that room. And Wugga is still having fun with pickets. He now has plenty of defense balls, 2 bindings, blinder, 2 sleep balls, and still nothing to deal with monsters to kill them.
Yeah, one of those sleep balls he's used in his blinder is almost out. I think his binding ball is probably almost out too. But let's just talk about the lead that Wugga has right now.
Oh yeah, 19 floors. It's actually that Septic is a little bit on a slower pace in this run. He's not having fun run. Floor 11 at 19 minutes, that's definitely not something that you want to have. Even with a familiar, that would have been considered slow.
Get out of here. Another egg? That's is it worth grabbing?
Is it something that we hope that it is? We don't know. We'll probably not know. There is no truth glasses here. I know, but I'm not going to tell you. I think it's highest time for me to tell you what was the starting monster. It was a balloon, water balloon. So we're already out of the balloons territory. They could have sniped you. They normally don't have the spell. They did have a spell in this run.
Yeah, that could have been bad because there was quite a few of them.
Wugga is now in Viper Town, floor 20, still being level 3 with 30 HP. I think pretty much anything here will one-shot Wugga now.
Now, well, it could
Maybe
be a good.
Unicorn.
Yeah, unicorns are pretty nasty. A blind, but anything else is it's going to be a sad day. But A good use for those eggs that he's saved up right now could be if you find a room for the vipers, just drop the egg and run. Don't even, it could
Yeah.
help. Instead of having one attack, you can potentially have a few turns to get away.
In the meantime, Septing closing the gap just a little bit. 6 floors lead now. He's finding a binding ball, second one. That's gonna help him a bit. And Wugga finds an elevator to 21. Still no attacking spell balls.
Level 3. Oh my goodness.
So scary. Speaking of vipers, will Wugga go for it? Nah, he probably just gonna walk away. Upheaval and crack traps are causing a little bit of a problem. Oh, there is a viper. And that weird mechanic where monsters should normally go left, but for some reason they go straight. And that's causing some additional problems to Wugga. Okay, white sand on blinder ball. He's gonna blind the... No, bind. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can pick him up and throw him away from... Oh. Okay. You survived.
There is the elevator, not yet. Septic is much higher level than Wugga, but still not high enough to actually like very safely encounter monsters. So right now that sword troll, one attempt to pick up, that's okay, but more than that, definitely not something you should do.
Finally!
Healer, finally! Finally, now you can get the level.
Use it on the unicorn.
I kind of agree. Use it on the first thing that blocks you rather than things that you don't kill, because the things that block you will have to kill. But of course, might be so that like the things that blocks you is right next to you, and that pillar ball, I don't think that it will kill in a single charge. You will need to like spend at least 2.
Yeah, I was just saying, just to have the extra HP at this point, it would have been good to at least kill him, get a couple levels. Yeah, I can see him
Now
doing it
he's
here.
using it. Yeah, I can understand. Is it enough? Yeah, there you go. Not enough. He needs that second charge, but that's gonna give him probably like 4 or 5 levels.
And if that's a holy bell, and then
Yeah, there you go. Malicious, unfortunately. But another white sun, that's great. More
makes up
of a
for that second
pillar.
charge.
And those white suns have been making quite a difference for him. Thanks to that, he was able to use more and more of the blinder charges. He has now two blinder charges left, even though that ball was empty a moment ago.
Yeah, you can just see those few levels, his HP went up by almost 60%. So now he can actually take a hit from one of these monsters and not die.
Yeah, and most importantly, you can kill wind monsters in a single hit, right? So that's great. That's
Yeah,
always
so now
safe.
with this inventory, things are looking pretty good for Wugga right now. Besides that frog trap.
Luckily, right now, frog traps are a little bit less annoying. They're still annoying, but at least you're not losing your familiar because you don't have one. One problem less to worry about. And that's exactly why many runners go for familiar less with any percent, right? Septic thinking, hey, do I want that egg? There is a picket. Do I want to like deal with it? Okay, you do want to deal with it. Oh, that picket already has an item. He doesn't want anything more. Another white sand, take it. Yes, take the egg. Do you go for yet another sand? Nah, not needed.
Yeah, I don't think neither one. I don't think Wugga checked that other sand either.
Yeah, that does make sense. That Manoiva could wake up at any point and you would spend much more resources than that sand could give you. In the meantime, Wugga floor 26, Septic floor 20. They're still going very strong, even though like early floors were a little bit weird for Wugga because he couldn't level up at all, but it seems to paid off. He was able to finally find quite nice inventory that should set him actually to go pretty far.
Yeah, they both are set up pretty nice in terms of inventory. They both can make it to the top. We'll be using the treasure loop, hoping to find some more spell balls and resources because that one pillar ball is not going to last very long.
Oh yeah. One additional benefit of having use the treasure loop is also knowing where the potential elevators are, right? Because items can spawn only in the rooms, so that's also the thing why they use treasure loops, not just for items, because of course on these floors they don't want to explore for items, they want to explore for elevators. That's also another reason why many of the runners will use a trap loop. Of course, knowing where the traps are is amazing. Ooh, sleep ball empty, Wugga. Second sleep ball still not empty. Good. So knowing where the traps are is amazing, but also knowing what traps those are is also additional benefit. Because if the trap is a jump, go up trap, you do want to step on it.
Yeah, definitely. And we're seeing a little speedrunning trick that Wugga is doing by holding the item as he goes up the elevator. It saves a little bit of time for having to throw it or drop it or anything like that. So he's slowly getting rid of the bad items in his inventory every time he goes up an elevator. It's a pretty handy little trick to have in your back pocket to
Oh yeah,
save time.
save the frames wherever you can.
And a glow up trap, that's also a handy trick.
If only they showed up every single time. What is water ball? Not so useful. He already has one. You need a repel ball to have the use for that water ball when you're doing familiar less. But I guess he has space in inventory. Why not take it?
Yeah, Wugga is hitting the definitely the scary floor territory now. Everything here is that's well, we know that's not a maneuver because of the floor level, but it's scary to always see that formation with the two
No,
items.
it actually was a Manoiva. On 29, you can still have Manoivas. And that was Manoiva because you can see that the item disappeared on his minimap. So that one of the items was Manoiva.
Now we got a fireball. That's gonna help, and a mirror shield.
That's definitely gonna make him feel good. Another fireball. U-boat! There you go! We had a U-boat in an egg.
So
And
good. That's another
that's
maneuver there.
that's a Manoiva, if I've ever seen one.
I thought he was just shy. I thought he was on floor 30 already.
Yeah, he's 29.
Blaze ball.
Blaze
Oh, so
ball.
now all the
Okay.
attack balls. Okay.
Yeah, now he's set when he's out of the wind monsters
Yeah, I'm
territory.
sure he's breathing a sigh of relief right now.
What you gonna do? Mahel, Mahel. That's a perfect time for Mahel. Yeah, there you go. I knew that Wugga would do it. You can escape without taking a hit. Beautiful. Wugga floor 30 to floor 23, 22 on the septic side. So the gap has widened a bit. But septic sees the elevator, immediately goes for it. Not gonna check the herbs. Oh, he gonna check that herb. Roam herb, definitely something that you do want to have, even if you have one. Oh, you're not gonna take it? Okay, that's fine.
As a unicorn comes, you sure you don't want that herb?
I think, yeah, it looks like he just wants some levels. So there you go. 2 levels. Probably he wants to make sure that he can deal with wind creatures in a single hit. Floor 23 with the elevator immediately. What is it? Malicious.
We got a monster train in front of Wugga there with the berserk tyrant behind him. That is pretty scary.
What you gonna do? Another egg or a holy? Okay, try the egg. Kraken, beautiful. That's gonna deal with that. That's
Oh
a
my
very
goodness.
not nice floor. Wugga
If
still
he had
has
a
tons of
holy bell,
resources, but you could like always use holy scroll and deal with the things like slowly and painfully. But maybe, yeah, maybe better to just use holy scroll on the monster. There you go.
the Naplus in there is probably the strongest one out of all those guys. But that killer,
There you go. That Naplast will die, you just have to now deal with one killer. So 2 usage of resources and he's gonna get out of this situation. But that's a very nasty
But
floor.
He had the water orb. If he would have used the water orb on that Naples,
Ooh,
he probably would have
yeah.
killed that other Naples.
That would have been like a pro move, definitely. I really like that idea. That Naplas would have stayed with you for the whole floor.
But Wugga was too concerned with getting out of there, and I don't blame him.
No. Also, like, getting it to water would make it that the fight lasts much longer. And whenever the fight lasts, it wastes time, right? So maybe Wugga was concerned that, hey, I want to be fast. I've got tons of resources. I don't need a helping hand in this one.
Well, I
Beldo
mean,
Hive.
he had the water ball because the water ball would have just gave him defense versus the fire monster, right?
Yeah, but I mean that like this Naplas would have stayed alive because it would have to fight all of the monsters. So it
Right.
would waste time in that sense that like the fight would last longer. I'm not saying that this was his thinking, but maybe. Who knows?
It
30, go
possibly.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
31
say.
very easy for Wugga. Immediately elevator, not so bad monsters spawned. And he going to 32. Luckily all the monsters are sleeping. So he good.
Tillman fruit is very handy to have right now. And we can possibly see some curling going on, which is another pro strat we didn't see last time. So, Shai, can you explain to the chat what exactly is glacier curling and how it's useful?
Well, glacier curling can be annoying, can be useful, depending on whatever you don't need at the given moment. Like I mentioned, I think I mentioned once that like glaciers have the ability to push you with the ice block, and the thing is that like it will push you as far as there is some kind of obstacle in the way, be it like a higher elevation or something like this. So if you have a like monster behind you and that monster is glacier and there is a long hallway, you can just walk a bit and most probably that glacier at some point will push you away from everything that has been happening in that place. Of course, it can push you into a place that is much worse, but we don't know that. That's the beauty of the game. Wugga dealing with that glacier. He needs to use 3 resources, 2 spellbolt charges, and an egg. And unfortunately, there is a
Oh,
dragon and a golem from the other side, and a dragon and a golem from the other side, or 2 dragons.
two
That's gonna
dragons.
be
Yeah,
fun.
this is bad. So sleep that dragon. Don't step near him. He should stay asleep for a long time. Fireball the golem.
Yeah, I guess like he wants to go this way because the other side is 2 dragons, so he will just be like putting to sleep that dragon as many times as needed be. Okay, yeah, there you go. Do you want to go here? Yes, you do. There is an elevator, floor 34. Luckily, that wasn't so bad.
It's a good
Septic in the
escape.
meantime, yeah. Septic in the meantime, dealing with the snow and on 26, easily getting to 27. 7 floors gap. Whoop! Pillar bullet has finished. Luckily for him, he has found some other attacking spell balls.
Yeah, and he had the charge, the rocket punch charged up. If
That
that
actually,
fireball was empty, that would have been it.
nah, I don't think that he would have died. 81 HP is probably enough to like uh,
From
take
a
that
rocket
rocket
punch?
punch to the face. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe if it crits, definitely not.
Oh, if it crits. Wugga already floor 36, 8 floors gap. We already on the final stretch. We've got the final set of music. To me, always this music was the favorite out of all of them from the tower. It's somehow very tranquilizing. Like you're almost there, but just not yet.
Yeah, it's like it's almost ominous, but it's not. It's just like the calm before the storm.
Yes.
And Wooga has no choice but to continue on.
Ooh! Will it
Oh,
be with a septic special? No, luckily for
yeah,
Wugga. But can he do anything about it? Okay, yeah, he has binding balls. That's good. But that paralysis trap was nasty.
yeah, that was scary. Yeah, that's the
That
last one
should
that
be
has to hit.
elevator room. Yeah, we can see the elevator. Is there anything else there? No. He's going up. Gonna use the medicinal before that? Yes, I fully agree with the decision. Um, there you go. Wugga Septic is doing some nice strategy of getting a friend and lifting another monster to get out of this room.
Yeah, they both very poised to make it sub-hour to the top.
Oh,
More-
most definitely. These runners can easily do it in 1 hour. I would be very, very surprised if they finish in longer than an hour time. I don't think that they have done it since like or maybe even longer.
I agree
Warp
with
trap.
Sam Knight. Unless the friend is that night, then you just gotta blame him from everything.
Oh yeah, fully agreed.
But then again, it's good to have a friend like that too. You need a friend you can blame everything on.
Oh,
Oh,
rock trap.
that's not
Uh,
good.
oh, that's gonna be fun. No. Oh, that's gonna be bad. I think that's gonna be it for Wugga. There is nothing that he can do. He will not turn back to.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
that.
go to the rocket punch. That's a good
No, you
strategy.
see, 21
Almost.
only.
Can you get one
Because
more
if.
in? Oh,
No, I think he
that's
dead. He needs a dodge. He
that's
needs
it.
a dodge. He
Oh,
gets the dodge! Leather shield! Woohoo!
oh, how
Leather
lucky is
shield
that?
working even when you were
Warp
when
trap
you
escape
were
mid
prone.
hour. How about that escape with the frog poison
Wugga is
trap?
getting so unlucky that poison is gonna bring him down to 1 HP, not gonna kill him though, so that's fine.
But I mean, the way his HP is right now, anyway, there's still one hit from everything.
Oh yeah.
My health seed
What
would probably
what
be
you
good
gonna
here.
do? Holly? I
Uh,
would leave the Holly for that last floor, yeah, egg maybe. Oh, it's a troll. That's not gonna be enough.
I I would have
Uh,
used the
Do you still have charge? You do. Okay, good. Yeah, that's
yeah. I
good.
would have just used the my health seed there. You would have been able to make it.
Yeah.
There
He
you
gonna
go. To the
recover some
pain.
HP.
Oh, over.
He died! He died! Wugga dying on the elevator on 38!
That, my friends, is the definition of the septic special right there.
Oh yeah, that's very, very own Wugga Septic special. Wugga is known for getting curled away from the elevator, but not in such a way.
Oh
So
my!
Wugga has reached floor 38, and Septic can still win the game. He just needs to get to floor 39. That was such a fun conclusion to this match. I love
He
it.
was
I
right
love it.
there.
If he didn't wait, but hey, you are 1 HP. You gotta wait, right? That just makes sense.
And
And
that's the danger
oh
the tower can give you. The tower
yeah,
gives and the tower takes.
can we blame Sun Knight for this one? I guess. I guess why not, right?
There's a nice Olim there. We could see him going for that.
That makes perfect sense. Tyrants are actually fairly easy to lose because their AI is a little bit different. They're not gonna follow you per se. They're gonna just like walk straight unless you're in the room. So you can see that the Tyrant just like bumps into the wall and walks away, putting Killer to sleep, and Wugga continues his climb. Wugga, Septic, sorry.
But the thing is, all those traps that Wugga ran into, Septic has a chance to run into too.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't made it there yet.
We haven't seen that, but I actually have checked. In the seed number 1, there were 2 monsters then. One on floor 4 and the next one on floor 6. None of the runners hit it, which is a little bit bad for us because Monster Den music is so hype. Of course, good for the runners because like dealing with those monster dens wouldn't be fun. But yeah, those are most definitely Sand Knight seeds.
Yeah, you get a monster den on any floor over level 20. It's almost a guaranteed game over. Oh, almost. Depending on the size of the room and where you are to the exit, yeah, it's gonna make for a bad day.
Septic nicely juking the tyrant, but that's not the way to go. That's just looping back to the room in which he was already. He needs to take another path.
Yeah, it
Unfortunately, that's
uses.
quite long path. Let's see. Hopefully nothing comes out of there. Unfortunately, there is a dragon.
What are you gonna do here? I can see.
Blinder,
Blinder. Nope, it's
but it's
gone.
gone.
Olim
Tamna,
time.
Tamna, Olim. Tamna is not enough. Okay, Holy
Olim.
works as
Okay,
well.
yeah.
Uh, Bread is not something that you want to see. It's actually quite weak attack. Septic leaving his friend behind, but he can
Yeah.
get to the elevator. He needs to get one hit from the tyrant. I think he will do it. Oh
Yeah,
no,
he can do it.
he can figure it out. Yeah, there you go. No hit from the tyrant.
Although I
Floor
do
33.
disagree with using that Holy Scroll. I think using the Olim there is probably the better option because that Holy Scroll could have saved him
Mm,
in a room with more monsters as opposed
yeah.
to just a single monster ahead of you.
Yeah, Holly you probably want to use when you're planning to keep the friend. If you're planning to drop him, but you know the Holly was so that he could get rid of that killer. So I sort of understand. Like if there was another monster coming from the other side, that Olim would have not been enough. You would have to use more resources. So it was probably a little bit of a gamble.
Why did
Uh,
you use the pillar ball right there?
to get rid of the golem, you can shoot from the
But he's
corners.
on the wrong. Oh, but he was. It looked like he was facing straight.
No, he was facing the diagonal, so that was good. Using the malicious. There is
There you
another
go.
dragon coming. What do you do here now?
Tumna would be a good option. Sleep ball.
Hoping that the dragon will not wake up when you walk next to it. It didn't. There you go. It's taken care of.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to run on these floors because you don't want to run into a dragon or a golem. As we walk into a golem.
Yeah. You don't want to fast forward because then you can get pushed away from the elevator.
Every step counts.
Exactly. Okay, Septic dealing with that situation, and he gonna get to the
Again.
elevator.
Yeah, you gotta take the hit this
Unfortunately,
time. Yeah.
he needs to get the hit. That's okay, as long as the next floor is not so bad. Floor 35. Oh no, 34. Sorry, my bad. That golem. Oh, Septic actually didn't find all those balls that Wugga found, right? Wugga had still fire and blaze balls as well.
I think. Yeah, maybe he didn't. Because I don't really remember Septic using them. Well, you only got
Yeah.
one way to go. On these floors, you want to avoid the long hallways like that as much as possible, especially that singular one, because that is pretty much a one-way exit out of the tower.
And it's the wrong exit. You don't want to exit the tower that way.
Yep, there's
Okay.
AI mechanics there to make them walk away from you.
And you see the elevator. Can you make it in time? Oh, you cannot when you're
No,
slowed. That's so not fun. Hope that the dragon actually. Can
if
you
he
make?
goes down, the
No.
dragon should go up because that was a gap, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. You were able to like get away from those monsters in time.
And you should be able to go back in.
Yeah. Just need to wait until you like stop the slow. Yeah. There you
Oh,
go. You're
the
not
dragon
slowed
woke up.
anymore. Yeah. That's fine. What is that
Grab that.
seed? Wind seed. I would have taken it, although you don't have any pillar charges. But what if you find white sand? So, yeah,
Could have been useful.
36.
We're
Uh,
getting there.
three more. Three more.
That's
There
well,
is the
yeah.
elevator, but there are also two monsters. Do you risk it?
What do you do here?
I probably would
Egg
just
bomb.
go. Yeah, you just gotta go. You just gotta go. There is nothing that you can do.
I would
If
hope
they
he
wake
don't
up,
wake up.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
good thing there. I was gonna say if he wakes up and you got the tunnel fruit as a backup for
Yeah,
one of them,
37.
I think
Monster
this was
look.
the floor with all the traps. So
Let's see. Yeah, that's not so bad. That golem on the other side is going in the other direction. Let me cheat a little bit and see where we've got the elevators here. Oh yeah, that's definitely a trap room on floor 37.
oh, there's the elevator.
So Septic misses the trap room, getting to 38. And let's see, can he get out of it?
Well, being spawned right on the elevator is
Yeah,
pretty handy.
and
The
he
lightning
will
ball
not
straight into
have
it.
to wait. Yeah, there you go. Septic takes this game. We'll let him finish, and then we'll invite both of them
GG.
to the GG.
Do we get a double septic set special on the elevator? That would be insane.
I'm gonna send invites for the interview. Ooh, those were some games. If you have any questions to our runners, please prepare them chat. We're gonna ask them. We probably have some set of our questions. But yeah, if you want to know anything, just leave it in the chat. While we are watching Septing finishing it, did I see the elevator there in that room? Septic is
What?
wondering that as well.
I don't think so. Yeah, I would have went up. I think it's up in the next floor. That's not good. A good curl right there would be great to get past those two enemies if it was set up just enough.
Tamna, that makes sense. And just run away.
Try to get in front of them to get the boost from the curling.
And hello, Wugga. Hello, hello.
Hello.
GG.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome
Before
in,
we
welcome in.
start talking about anything, how did you like that floor 38 push?
That's completely on me. I wanted to heal up a little bit, but I
It
held wait for a little bit too long.
I don't think that it's on you. It's so much on Send Night. It's absolutely not your fault. Nobody will blame you for for waiting there. But it was just so funny, especially that like, do I remember correctly? It's not the first time where you're pushed off the elevator. Was it on floor 39 or something like this?
It certainly happened before. I don't know if it's happened in a match, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah. But Septic did finish in that third seat. He was actually quite much behind you, usually around 6 to 9 floors. So you were going very, very quickly. You had problems in third seat. You were level 2 or level 3 until like what, floor 18? Or what?
23, I think.
23, yeah. Hello, Septic. GG.
Hello, hello.
It's up to
GG.
Yeah. We are just discussing the third seat for now before we go to the seats number 1 and 2. Septic, you were in third seat, like getting some levels. You were fighting. Wugga was level 3 until floor 23.
So you were way ahead of me then.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
But
Wugga,
went by
give
so
us your
fast.
thoughts.
I just want to tell you, Septic, how Wugga ended his run. He got specialed. He was on the elevator. trying to heal up and got sniped by a glacier on floor 38 elevator.
Ooh.
Yep, not my finest moment.
That'll learn you.
Indeed.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, he would have chance to like win that game as well because he was always around 6 to 9 floors ahead. But like he like ended up with what 1 HP, and you just wanted to like heal a bit. But while you were fast forwarding, Glacier came, pushed you, 25 damage. That was enough.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us, Wugga, about this like level 3. What was in your head?
I had no ways to fight. I had only sleep balls, binding balls, blinders. After a certain point, it was pretty clear that I won't be able to fight anything until the wind floors. I was really hoping to find some means of attacking, which I did. Did get a pillar ball, took 2 hits to kill a unicorn, which gave me, 6 or 7 levels or something silly. From there on, it just kind of snowballed nicely. Found more attack spells, so it wasn't too bad. But up until that point, yeah, level 23, level 3, most of the way through the tower, I was just expecting it to end at any given time. But I got super lucky with dodges and such, so...
Oh yeah, you have no
Yeah,
idea how much hype there was in the chat for Leather Shield.
yeah, that frog dodge was clutch.
Yeah.
That was the clutchest dodge I've seen. Definitely worth a rewatch, Septic, if you're gonna watch it back. We got a question from Sand Knight to Septic. He says, "Okay, Septic, it's time to talk about Monster and about strats."
Oh yeah. I was actually probably gonna do a reveal stream of it, but so with U-Boat, you can actually command him to submerge, face him towards Ko, lift him, and throw him at a monster, and he's a boomerang. He'll submerge before the monster gets to attack, and then because he's not there anymore, the monster walks away.
No,
That's
that's
pretty cool
neat.
strat.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
That is a good
Additionally,
strat.
Additionally, with Submerge, you can actually say there's another monster near that one, but you're not going to be able to reclaim your boomerang in time. You can actually keep him submerged, wait until the monster is on top of him, and then command him to direct attack where the monster would walk. And the monster will walk, the U-boat will attack, it will turn him around because he'll be facing the U-boat, and then you just tell the U-boat to submerge again. And that's an alternative way to use submerge.
Oh, nice. I'm really gonna
To
give that a
turn
shot.
things
Give that a shot. I wasn't aware of that.
And
Yeah,
you
I
had
was
the
hoping
chance.
to I was hoping to reveal it with either against you or Chai, like in an actual match with U-boat, but unfortunately that didn't come to pass.
You did have a chance in third seed, but unfortunately that was a familiar-less seed because one of the
Yeah,
eggs was U-boat, right?
yeah.
So
And I
there
just
was
thought-
one strat that I brought up in the beginning of the seed when Wugga was using. We both had paralyzed one for the whole seed, and I mentioned to chat that a good interaction between items would be using the limit fruit to increase your critical rate, so that way you can paralyze monsters to help get away. And we unfortunately we didn't see that happen.
Is there a correlation between crit and paralysis?
At least it seems to be. Like, I've never checked it, but don't you feel it that like when you hear this kind of like strong attack, critical attack sound, monster pretty much always paralyzes?
Yeah, I would believe
Yeah, I've
so.
always felt that I've always felt that that's just like sort of the effect of the paralysis going off,
Yeah, same here.
like a
I
confusion.
think that needs to be looked into.
Similar to his sound effect.
Yeah, Sand Knight confirms that like when you crit, you paralyze as well, so it's confirmed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Today I learned a lot of things.
Well, that U-boat strat is definitely something fun.
Oh, and there's one last thing to mention. Although submerge while the U-boat is underground, he takes 1/16 MP per turn instead of 1/64. He is immune to traps. A bomb trap will not affect your wind boat, who has water mix magic. Because reasons.
And
Interesting.
but you cannot do mixture magic while U-boat is submerged, right?
You can, he will unsubmerge
Okay, yeah.
to do it, but it doesn't like take an extra turn to unsubmerge him or anything.
Okay, that's nice.
But let's be real. Who's really gonna use the U-boat to fight with?
With the boomerang, definitely probably don't need to, but that's another thing about U-boat, like the way commanding puts them at the front of the queue. If you're in a bad situation on your floor, you can basically act like you're solo, because you could just tell the U-boat to submerge and then just start handling things.
But he'll stay submerged the whole time, even after a new floor.
No, on a new floor, you always will have to command him to submerge.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
nice. So you just like
But
take the MP usage for the time when it's submerged. So you need a little bit more MP recovery items if you still want to use scout and everything. But
yeah,
Right.
maybe
And,
that's very viable.
and Sad Knight's asking, doesn't submerge cost 0 MP to use?
it costs 0 MP to actually activate.
Then that is actually a pretty strong strat.
Yeah. Well, there
Yeah,
is this
for
additional
a
cost of
boomerang, it's like it's negligible. Like that 1/16 MP for the 2 turns of waiting for the monster to get away from them to unsubmerge them after a boomerang is basically negligible. But if you want to keep him submerged for the whole map because he's wind or whatever, that's a thing. MP
It'd be better
consumption
if you
might be
can make him a solid block while submerged. That'll just be game breaking at that point.
You can actually kill things without him ever getting harmed. Because the turn order was submerged, like you just tell him to direct attack, and then tell him to submerge, the monster will walk away, tell him to unsubmerge, the monster will walk up. Like, I don't know how best to explain it. Like, for the most part, the idea is that as long as the monster isn't aggroed to Ko, you can make a monster dance around the U-boat while you kill it with the U-boat.
That sounds a little on the slower end as
It's very
terms
slow.
of strats, but
Casual play.
sounds
Casual
fun.
play strat.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that you gotta remember about because those are the things that like save your life every now and then. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
good job,
Yeah.
Septic, in finding it out.
Definitely, it's one of these things that just have in your back pocket. You can't have too many tricks and tips in your back pocket with this
Oh
game
yeah.
because you never know when
Well,
you need it.
if this match shows us anything, it's the fact that like even repel ball can be used sometimes because Wugga used it on the Golem Boy.
Yeah, I
Hell
don't think
catch
it ever
work and hell
proc
yeah.
though.
Yeah. So like now I would like to talk about the games that mattered in the match that made Wugga win. So game number one, before we start talking about the obvious thing, I gotta say, Septic, you betrayed Golem Boy. That's why you lost.
But probably.
Yeah,
That could very well be the reason.
that's the only reasonable explanation. But now to address the elephant in the room, why, Septic? Why?
I took a gamble. I saw the egg. I knew it could have been Garuda. And I was like, okay, I could save a minute not hatching it. Over Wugga, who will probably hatch it. And then maybe he'll get a Kraken. And then I'll have a nice, egg bomb in addition to not using that time. But no, I got a truth glasses and I was like, I better make sure it wasn't Garuda, and then it was Garuda.
Yeah,
And I was
actually, at the
like, yeah, I
time,
lost. I immediately knew like he's ahead of me. There's no way.
at that time, you were actually ahead still by 3 or 4 floors when Wugga started hatching the tech. Like the pace for match number 1 for you was amazing, but then of course once you get the Garuda, there is very little chance of beating Wugga when he's using Gar Wugga, right? You've done it once, second time didn't happen. But yeah, Wugga had truth glasses in this first match, but he used it on the egg from floor 7, I want to say. It was Clown Egg, and Wugga
Clown, yeah.
didn't hatch it. Yeah, were you considering hatching it?
I did, but ultimately I figured if it's gonna carry me anyway, I basically made the same bet that Septic did with the Garuda egg, that I'm not gonna hatch this. It's gonna cost me time, and playing with a clown is safe, but it's slow. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
could also be my morning brain that I just didn't go with it.
Well, that brain was good. Keep it going.
Yeah, let's talk about match 2. When you both did something different in the initial Barong gamble, where Wugga actually got a roach fruit the very first throw.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, and from
So
there it
I
was
lost
just
to Garuda again in the second round?
Not quite.
Not quite.
What do you mean?
Wugga, explain.
Well, having grabbed the rose fruit, I obviously just zoomed all the way to Garuda floors, which was actually harder than it should have been. But ultimately, I don't remember which floor it was, but there was a sleep trap, and my Garuda got absolutely wrecked. I had no restore scroll, so I had to go solo from there on out. I think it was around the 20s, before 30 for sure.
it was a unicorn that took out the Garuda.
Yeah.
Right.
And Wugga, you didn't go solo. You went with the Golem Boy.
Oh yeah, I did
That's
swap
that's
it.
why you won. That's why you won, because you did use the Golem Boy
Oh,
in the end.
that's correct. Oh, Septic,
Exactly.
you should have known better.
Septic was using Golem Boy too, but his Golem Boy died, and died twice, right?
No, Garuda died. And I restored him in the first round. But
I
I never lost my golem. There was a duration of time where he was out of
Oh, yeah,
MP
yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah,
bagged
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ran out of MP. MP was short on that seed resources.
It was.
But I do want to say thank you, Wugga, for using the rocket punch.
Nah,
Because I was wanting to see that.
It was so
And
not worth it. So not.
I want to thank both of the runners showing in the second game how amazing AoE magic was. Even with that golem being a little bit underleveled when you use it, especially Yuga Septic U2 when you put him down for a while due to lack of MP, it was so easy to level back up. It was so easy.
Yeah, just a couple of mixed magic Manoevas are dead, and just get heaps of XP out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AoE magic is a little too slept on, in my opinion, by the community. It's too good.
It is amazing. Yeah, definitely. And I loved the fact that you both used it. I was a little bit surprised in the game number 2. Okay, maybe not with Wugga. He got the Roche, so it's completely different game. But you both had Earth Shield that was identified. You both had Wind AoE magic. Why not go directly for the water floors?
I tried to rush there, but I did want some extra inventory before heading there, and
Yeah,
I thought it would be safe to scout at least a couple of the early floors.
that was basically my thought process. Cause once I'm on 6, I have this a mental block on the whole idea of searching things. And Curry, if I'm on floor 6 and I don't have the money, I'm generally winding out anyways, and any percent, I'm always in go mode. Just something about once I see the water floors, I'm I'm gone. Take the elevator when I see it.
Speaking of curry percent, we may have a showing for everybody coming up sometime next week. It should be like an exhibition match between I think it's going to be me and Shawnee to display the run of Curry percent. So you guys can maybe look forward to that maybe sometime next week. I'm not quite sure exactly when it will be, but that is going to be a whole different feel to what you guys are seeing here. But it's still fun and very RNG heavy kind of run.
Yeah.
So maybe these two runners here, being a world record holder right here, would you explain exactly how hard Curry percent is?
Go right
It's
ahead, world record holder.
I don't know how to really answer that because in a race setting versus the curry percent setting, it's very different. And curry percent to me is a very reset heavy style of play because once you get the money to build the hospital, you've got tons of dialogue that you can't really like speed up on, like save time in the
Right.
sense of a speed run, and then the floor 28 climb is where it all ends up coming down to after that. So
Yeah, it's all about the climb generally. You got the initial RNG, like you said, that first 4,000 gold, and then the climb. So those are the two key points. I would like to probably agree with you on that.
to to answer the question, is it hard? It's a very just how you approach it. I believe that with anything Azure Dreams is that if you're going 8% glitched entry, anything can happen. Especially if you're rushing the elevators and you're not searching the first 5 floors, it can be extremely, extremely volatile. But if you go in with Kuhn and you understand the strats, we have like easily 80% success rate with that. So
Right. But there's always that one chance that the herb won't spawn on the floor, which could cause you have to reclimb the tower all the way again to floor 28.
That's a funny part. Herb can spawn, but inside the monster's inventory, and you may need to kill a monster to like get it. So that's a special thing about the herb. But yeah. Anyways, going back to like our match, because Septic, this was your second loss. You're out of the tournament. Any parting words? One thing that I want to do mention, I already like mentioned it in the chat, but you probably are aware of that. You played the most amount of matches in this tournament.
I mean, technically, most of those matches were a couple of those matches were exhibitions.
Well, yeah, but if we check the brackets, this is your 6th match.
Is this really the case? I don't.
Yes, because you had to you lost in the first additional match, and all of the matches in the losers bracket. So yeah, that was quite a lot of matches.
Yeah, I guess that's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
You make it further, you get more matches. That's how it works.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
welcome for
you
that.
lose early, you get more matches.
You get one extra match, I believe.
But you got also additional match because we had uneven number of players, right? 10 instead of 8. So
Oh yeah.
so that was the additional thing for you. So you had additional match before the tournament start and additional match in the losers bracket. So yeah.
It's been fun.
Thank you for your showcases. Definitely always pleasure to see you playing.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
And now
These
Wugga.
tournaments are always fun.
Wugga, you're back in the finals. What are your thoughts?
I gotta win you twice. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be an endurance match, man.
Tell me what time we have to schedule the match so that your brain is off.
we can figure it out on Discord.
But yeah, basically Wugga now wins the losers bracket. He goes back to the main bracket, and next week we're gonna have first of the finals, and it's gonna be match again with Wugga and me. And that's first because it's a double elimination tournament. If Wugga wins that match, then we're gonna have the second finals. So 2 more weeks in this tournament, definitely something to wait for. Um, Thank you so much for today. Anything else to say from the runners, from you, John?
Nope. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and participating. When I first initially wanted to start this tournament, it was kind of rough getting it started. So I do want to thank everybody who did join up to this point. I really do appreciate it, and it turned out really well. So I'm really proud of how things turned out, and I want to thank Speed Gaming and all the viewers because you guys are the ones that really made it happen. So, with that, I just really want to show my appreciation to everybody.
Alrighty, then if that's it, thank you again for everything today, and see you next time. Bye bye, people.
Have a
See
good
you
night,
guys.
everybody.
Later.